different point of view. It's here, it's now what we wanna do. Don't have all the answers, but we don't care. I thought the answer was in front of me, but it was just a dream, and all the failing made me see. I thought I had to choose another way. You can't predict your fate, it's just how it's meant to be. This is where our worlds collide. This is where we come alive. This is where we realize. This is where we realize. It's all that matters now. 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 This is where our worlds collide. This is where we come alive. This is where we realize. This is where we realize. It's all that matters now. No sleep, no fear, different point of view. It's here, it's now what we wanna do. Don't have all the answers, but we don't care. I thought the answer was in front of me, but it was just a dream, and all the failing made me see. I thought I had to choose another way. You can't predict your fate, it's just how it's meant to be. This
Oh no! Or are we? Okay, one. Okay, hello, you can see now? All right. How's this going now? How we, I think I just took a second for it to bounce back and forth. Am I buffering? Am I doing the buffer? Or how are we looking? How we going? Seems okay here now. Okay, cool. No buffering. Woo! And I think it just resumed the broken VOD, which is cool. fun thing that, just being able to resume a broken broadcast. Imagine that, Grace. Imagine that, just being able to like stop and start and resume the same broadcast that you started on. Whoa, what a world. Yeah, sweet, okay, we're back now. And funnily enough, I was able to change my encoder back and forth. So what I was doing just there, I started in AV1 and it obviously, it was actually going out fine. Yes, I think it's got less delay. Do you want to do like I've got it on ultra low settings. Do you want to do a test, Grace? When you type the word now, I'll say now. Okay, ready? You do it, okay? Now. Four seconds. Better. Yeah, AV1 was fine for like a single picture. Cool. Okay, yeah, sweet. That's all right, man. Amazing. So yeah, there's probably a couple of things. There's probably a couple of things that are going into that AV1 thing, which I'll have to have a read about. Obviously, I don't have an AV1 hardware encoder. It was all on CPU. I just put a few numbers in, pressed enter a couple of times, and it started. But yeah, that's all right. Okay, cool. Well, we're here now. And hello. Oh, you zip up? Okay. This way, there's nothing there. Just one. It's a weird zip. Oops. Yeah, there you go. Yes? Whoa! I'll say it before I forget. Face cam, Stream Deck, and a Wave 3. Let me type these in. Chat. If you know this Grace person in the chat, you know the Grace, I'm Fall from Grace. On Twitch today, we've got a special sponsored stream. It's actually a fundraiser for Poggies for Doggies. and it's got face cam. I've forgotten already. Face cam, Stream Deck, and Wave 3. Is that it? I forgot the three things I was meant to remember. I'm the worst. Yeah. Those three things. Giveaways. Ladial, hello. Hello? Hello? How you going? Yeah. So make sure you're following Grace's Twitch channel for those ones. I've got, see today it's like 8:43. So what I'm gonna push through this workout real quick. I wanted to do a bit of a stream on YouTube. You know why? Because Finns, Sifty Cat, yourself and Gold, as you guys and I were just chatting there, it really didn't matter the fact that I had, under 5 viewers, but we did a couple of hours of us chatting. I actually had more view hours on my account. Swoosh, yeah! I had more view hours on my account than my actual workout videos were getting. So this, if I do this twice a week, and there are just 2 or 3 of you chatting with me, and 2 or 3 of you watching the stream in the background, it's actually a pretty good method for me to get the watch hours I need for the YouTube partner program. Yeah, it's much easier to navigate the VODs too. Yeah. So I'm gonna do it twice a week. Obviously, I don't want to leave Twitch. Twitch is I think the chat experience is amazing on Twitch, and I am a partner over there. So we're just gonna push out into what do they call it as a hedge fund manager? We're gonna diversify. We're diversifying our stream. So yeah, what a good time. Exactly. No reason why we can't do both. Absolutely no reason. I think as long as the ones that we're doing are they're not unethical. I suppose you could always question ethics of anything, but there are a few out there. I'm pretty sure you know who I'm talking about. There are some things out there which have very questionable ethics, very questionable businesses, and the only thing that comes to mind is when someone actually goes into partnership with those. They're kind of questionable, right? So we got to try and do the best we can. But I think this YouTube thing's going to be around for a bit. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold now. I'm going to grab a Red Bull. Sush, how you going? We're getting back into the running again. But first off, before that, I'm gonna do a kettlebell workout. I think it's really cool that you can. I think it's really cool that you can do the thumbnails for a live stream. So if with a keen eye, you've seen there, all I've done is I've taken one of the YouTube thumbnails that I normally do, and I'll put hashtag stream on it instead of an episode number. I think that's clever. It's clever of me. I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that one. That's cool. What time? So my plan today, we got the kettlebell workout. I'm gonna talk you through it. It's not long. It's like a 20 minute doozy. It's fun. 20 minutes kettlebell swings, warm us up, and I'm gonna try and do like a 5K run. You seen the progress in running? Hey, Sush, you're doing 7-minute kilometers now. That's so good. Okay, you got some intel about the Elgato merch. Okay, is it not secret squirrels? Oh, well that's cool. So the ones that we asked for, when I showed Grace the blue ones that I got, she was like, "That's not what you asked for." We're gonna be repping Elgato everywhere. I'm gonna wear one of those hoodies tonight when I walk around with the kids. I'm gonna go to a crowded shopping center and I'm gonna tell everyone that I'm an Elgato partner. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. Thanks, Bot. Bot's listening on YouTube now. But Sush, that's fantastic. You're super pumped to see some running with kettlebells. Don't want to show off your sword? Yes. Yes, I do. We went for a drive. If you were in the Twitch stream yesterday, had a little bit of a chat about the store that I bought this from, and it was actually a completely different person that owned it since the last time I was there. Yeah, nice. Oh, cool. It looks stretchy. Sword. Now this is fine to have on stream because it's actually a training sword. This is what the Look, I'm the worst with names. I'm the worst with chatters if they're not here every day. Grace, what was the name of our friend that joined and did the medieval sword slinging? I can't remember the name, but we've got in our Discord, I don't remember either. There's a friend there that does the medieval sword slinging. The store that we went to actually stocked all sorts of training paraphernalia for all sorts of martial arts. And this is the training. This is not a long sword. This is actually like a Conan kind of, I believe this is called a bastard sword. I believe this is a bastard sword. Now, not 100%, but someone else could probably pick me up on that. Reason being, it's not a short sword. Short swords are normally about the length of your arm. Right? So a short sword is about that. Long swords are silly. I wouldn't be able to hold them. So the bastard sword is the in-between. Yeah. It looks like the starter in Demon Souls, this one. Yeah. So yeah, that's normally how you know. Now, I haven't got a lot of room space in here, so I wasn't gonna do a lot of the swinging. I think you can, yeah, there you go. You can take the finger protector off as well. So you do have the sort of, I'm gonna break everything anyway. But it's cool. Definitely a strength and dex scaling. Yeah, probably dex. It doesn't have the weight of the shinai. I don't know if you've ever held a samurai sword, Grace. Has anyone here held a samurai sword before? They use this really, really cool steel, which is just folded over and over again, and that's what gives it the strength. The tempering process of just folding steel and flatten and fold and flatten. This has got some like semi-Damascus blade kind of patterns on it. Yeah, but not like, obviously real swords are much heavier than this. It's good. It's good. I'm gonna take some photos. You have a wooden practice katana? Yes. The wooden practice katanas are actually called bokken. So let me. I'll put that there. Let's put this here. I'll bring up the bokken. There you go. Bokken. Wiki. That's the Japanese wooden sword used for training in kenjutsu. You get them in all sorts of different lengths there. But yeah, it's quite weighty, isn't it, Ladiel? Have you ever been wrapped across the knuckles with it? Painful. So when I did kendo, we all had what they called shinai, and the shinai are they're swords made out of 4 bamboo slats. So you imagine this. Funky smell. How you going? You imagine like a bamboo slat, which is kind of, it's broader at the bottom and then skinnier at the top. 4 of them basically stuck together in a square arrangement, and then you've got bits of leather that actually bind it into a long stick kind of thing. And then there's a leather cap on top of it, which you tie down, and then there's a string that goes down. You tie it up so it's nice and tight, and that's what holds the cap on there. So that's called a shinai, and the reason why it's got the 4 bamboo slats is that when you strike with it, it sounds a lot louder than what it sounds like. It's got more power than what you're actually applying. So when it hits things, it makes an almighty smack, but it's just the bamboo hitting together. It's not actually transferring too much power into the body. So we had the shinai as the kendo players, the kendo student, kendoka, and then our sensei actually had a bokken. And if we were slacking in practice, so like if we let that's your stance like this, right? So you got to have the strong calves ready to pounce. If you started doing this, if you're a bit lazy and let your heel down, he'd come and just smack you across the thigh with the bokken. Bang! Like sorry. Sumimasen sensei. Yeah. 94 gig. Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Grace. Look, I was gonna say one thing that I might see if I can find the best price on in a bit is the router. Because I think if you start downloading, you know what, we'll see how we go. If you start downloading and stream gets a bit choppy, then I won't bother doing the kettlebell recording. We'll just go for a run. We'll see how that pans out. If it's all good, then it's all good. Because technically speaking, on a good router, the downloads really shouldn't affect the upload too much. It shouldn't, but we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. Let me know once you've hit start on that, Grace, and we can check with people to see how it's looking. So it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't. But you know how we've had you know how we've been going with things, right? So let's just have a quick look at this. Make sure that it's been a while since we've Zwifted. So Sush, how are you feeling running? You're getting the pace up, which is fantastic, which is great. You're aiming for that 35-minute. Gold, how you going? Does YouTube offer emotes when you get to a certain level? Is that a thing? I haven't actually looked too much at the YouTube streaming experience. Yeah, I don't know. There are membership emotes? Cool. Well, we're working towards that, aren't we? So, you know, if there is anyone out there that actually isn't subscribed, if you got any mates, got any friends that are looking for some fitness content on YouTube, make sure you let them know. Yeah. You had a fainting episode the other day. Oh, are you okay? Are you all right? What, do you know what caused it? Was it while you were exercising, while you were running, or was it unrelated and you just wanted to make sure you didn't go too hard? Oh, wow. Okay, we got this. Let's just check. Let's just have a look, see how this looks. The Muckle Yin. Donk. Membership emotes. Cool. We got some noises. Woo! Woo! I'll just pause that for a sec. Woo! Yeah! Yeah, we're back. Team! We're back. We're back in Zwiftland. If I start that. And we do this. Oh, but I need chat on the screen, don't I? Ah, I haven't got that. That's fine, we'll get there. We are back! We are back! Okay. Stop. What's this? Cousins? Oh no. Yeah, cousins. Let's get out of this. And run. That's awesome. So we've got our seamless transition over to running. The widget down the bottom's broke. I know. I'll fix that up when we get actual running. That's just a screen link thing. Yeah. It was whilst you were running, but you were experiencing some dizziness leading up a few days before. Feeling good otherwise. Okay. Have you felt it since then? Have you felt any issues since then, Sush? Do you know what's caused it, I suppose, is what I'm getting at. Do you know what circumstances have led to you being dizzy? Because it's one of those things where, as part of my work as a trainer, one of the questions I do ask new clients when they start with me is, sounds like bathroom code. What's the bathroom code of dizziness or cousins? The music's back. Cool. Yeah, cool. Good. Do that, Sush. Has it been particularly, like, the first things that you look for, lightheadedness, number one, is usually because blood pressure is a bit low. So when you experience fainting and blood pressure, which reminds me as well, next Friday I'm doing a blood donation. I've booked in to donate blood. And that was the last time I nearly fainted. Nearly fainted was when I was doing plasmapheresis. I can't even pronounce it properly. Plasmapheresis is the process of donating plasma as opposed to donating whole blood. HG, hello? Oh, the widget is down the bottom is broken. I'm sitting here and nothing's happening, Jason. The widget down the bottom is broken. I swear, this has never happened to me before, Jason. The widget down the bottom's broken. It's not you. Oh crap. HG, how you doing? We were just having a chat about lightheadedness. So I can't do plasmapheresis. That's the process of taking blood out, spinning it in a centrifuge, separating out the plasma from the hemoglobins, and the red stuff then gets put back with saline and pumped back into your body. It's not good for me. I faint. Well, I don't faint because of it. I faint because of the low blood pressure. My body just sort of constricts and goes, no, don't like this. But whole bloods is fine, so I can donate whole blood. And last time I did it, they said I potentially broke some kind of record of filling up their 500 ml flasks really fast. It's like, let's go. Yes, that was the first thing I felt. HG was from the arm onward. Correct. So it's kind of like a phased process, because what happens is it's the same process. The first section, they just take the blood. So they stick a needle in you and they just take blood. And what happens when they're doing whole blood? They just attach a bag to you. So they just fill up bags, and then they go, yep, bloop. Sorry, Grace. All right, okay. Look, sorry, we won't talk too much about it, but I'll try and be as vague as possible, I suppose. When it's whole bloods, they just put a bag. When it's plasma, it goes to a machine. The machine spins it, separates the bits out, and it goes in phases. So first phase is the pull, and then the second phase is the return, where it goes and puts it back in. But it's just mixed with saline, and your body's cool with that. Your body will actually start to, not your body. I can tell you exactly where. It's down here. The best places are kind of down here and around your leg bones, because they're big bones there. That's where your blood cells are actually made. That's where in the bone marrow, that's where they make more blood cells. So that's why what was it we were watching, Grace? The 100. Yeah, in the 100. That's why they were drilling into people's hips, because you can get the bone marrow out that way. The return, second phase, the return, sounds like a movie. I was thinking more about queuing like an Olympic lift. Second phase is the pull. So first is the pull. Second phase is the triple extension. Third phase is the catch. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Let's do this thing. Grace, are you downloading right now? How's everyone's viewing experience whilst Grace is downloading? I just want to make sure it's pretty smooth. If it is smooth, we can do this little bit of a kettlebell workout. As Grace was flipping through some of the FFP, you're having issues. Oh no. You okay? Do you want me to just do you need help? Let me know. I'm happy to forego a stream today, because honestly I just wanted to make sure things are, oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, okay. Well, yeah, look, you're probably sitting at your computer, messaging everyone involved, right? So yeah, just let me know how you go. Let me know how that goes. So, all right, let's, you do what you need to, and let me know when it starts. All good. Yeah. Who in chat here? Jess, I reckon you have a couple of kettlebells. I think I recall you have some kettlebells. HG, have you got any kettlebells? It's funny, a lot of people that I train and a lot of people that I chat to, I say, yeah, I do some kettlebell stuff on YouTube. I got a couple of like beginner videos and they're like, oh yeah, I have a kettlebell. I'll have to go find it. It's like the treadmill just being hang the washing up on the arms. You do not, you just use them at the gym. Cool, that's awesome. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, use their equipment because it's a bit cheaper. But that's cool. It is one of those bits of equipment that you can have at home because they don't take up a lot of space. But as we discussed the other day, it is a little bit expensive. Once you get strong, that's the worst thing about getting fitter. It becomes expensive becoming fit. Because you have to, first off, the first thing you find that's expensive is you replace your whole wardrobe a couple of times, depending on how fit you go or how far from fitness you started from. But then as you get stronger, it's like, oh man, I need another barbell. I need some more plates for the barbell. I need a heavier kettlebell. Yuck. Yeah, this is. I realize that I shouldn't look at numbers, but I do like looking at the YouTube analytics page is actually quite good, isn't it? I'm gonna leave that here. You upgrade from the 4, 6, and 8. You're like, yes, let's use the gyms. Yeah, once you get over 10 kilos, it's a little bit more spenny, isn't it? Okay, so how's the mic sounding with this? Because it isn't very warm in here. I do feel like is it very swooshy on the mic, or is this cool? Because I'm quite comfortable with this one, but I might take it off once we start moving. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a Red Bull. I'm gonna grab a Red Bull. Red Bull. Yeah. Yup. Replace that one, grab a cold one, put that one there. Yeah. It's cool, awesome. Look, you've probably tried this, and in the store it says it's in library, but then it's not. And you've done all the normal things, like, I know you're gonna say, of course I've done it, Jeff, that's the first thing I did. But you've turned off all of your little search filters and stuff, right? Is it Steam? Oh, not the turn it on and off again. Oh, PS5. PS5, sorry. Oh, because it's PS5 only, isn't it? Of course it is. See, I'm an idiot. Huh. Timed exclusive, yeah, okay. Is it a time zone thing? It wouldn't be, we're ahead of the rest of the world. Oh, okay, Grace, here's a post I've just found, right? Someone said that it did this when they purchased Black Ops Cold War, but then like the first response was, hey, similar issue. I ran into this with Demon Souls. So look, it's not that it's just one game. Purchased it, didn't show up in either the game library or my purchase history online. What eventually worked for me was going into, okay, want to maybe write this down. Settings, users and accounts, other, console sharing, offline play, and then disabling and re-enabling that. So let me paste this. Copy. Let me paste this into chat for you. That. So, oh gosh darn it. Too many characters. That. And then that. Try that. Try that. I don't know if it'll work. It's obviously just something I've found, right? But there's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. 6 people have responded saying, oh my God, Jesus Christ, thank you, you've saved me. Like, this is why I love Reddit, etc. So there's many responses to that, saying that you've saved me. Yeah. The standard response is, yeah, Reddit's a pile of poop. But if you get a response that says, thank you, this is why I love Reddit, and I was like, okay, then there must be some. So give that a crack, see how that goes. I'm not saying that it's gonna work, but everyone in chat, cross your fingers for Grace, because look, that'll absolutely, excuse my French, absolutely flip and ruin a day if the game doesn't bloody work, right? So yeah. What else they're saying? COD, Cold War, same. But that fix worked. I had this same problem with Cricket 2019. Cricket 2019? That's got to be a... There's no such game, is there? That's got to be a troll. That's a Reddit troll. That's like calling up an EB Games and saying, this was funny before Battletoads got re-released, but I used to, as an EB Games manager, I used to actually call up other EB Games stores before they had caller ID on their internal phones, and I'd be like, hi, how you going? Hi, do you have any copies of Battletoads? And they were like, nah, it's pretty old. I'm like, oh, I've been looking for Battletoads everywhere. You got any copies of Battletoads? So that would be the meme, just Battletoads. There's a cricket game every year now, Rin. Is that just like Agricultural Simulator and they just update the crop rotation or something? Or just like the FIFAs, and all they do is change the numbers on the backs of the players. That's the cushiest job, isn't it? Each update rollout, just change the numbers on the backs of the games, hair color, sponsor, logos, whatevs. Yeah. Don't hate others' interests. I'm not hating on it, I'm just like, cricket. I'm allowed to. I played cricket. And you know what, actually, Grace? You know what's crazy? You know where my finger got a bit messed up? It's actually, look at that. It's actually healing. It doesn't hurt anymore, but there's no healing to it. Oh, there's no pain to it at all. It's all healing up. But when I played cricket, I got bullied really, really hard. This is probably why I'm hanging crap on. So it was one of those things. When I was in primary school, I felt like I wanted to be accepted by the people that were bullying me for being of a different race. So I thought, look, I'll play your Australian game. I'll do your stuff. I'll play your game. And you know what? Kids are messed up. Kids are actually awful when it comes to bullying. You know what they did? They got one of the under 17 speed bowlers. So I was about 11, 12. I was like my son's age at the moment. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll put you, we'll let you on the team if you can crack a couple of fours, if you can hit a couple of fours. And so they put me up. They put me up against the bloody under 17 speed bowler. And you know what happened? He bowled so hard that he cracked my cup. Cause you have the little protection thing, and it smacked so hard it cracked. And then, I was a bit upset by that. So on the next rotation when we were fielding, cricket balls are messed up. They're like concrete, right? Went to catch one, landed right on the tip of that finger. Big old purple finger for like a month. So it was actually this finger that got messed up. That's what I thought about, yeah. My thing didn't work. What else? Has anyone else seen any things? You were the only female in footy, golf and cricket. That's good, yeah. Cricket balls are crazy, aren't they, Rin? Final turn. Which one is it? 16? XVI? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no stress. Sorry, I couldn't find anything that would help. Yeah, there's nothing being posted today about it. Yeah. You have some ideas? Easy. All right, let's do the kettlebells then. So I've got my list of things here. We'll do the recording. I'll record it locally and I'll still do the upload and whatnot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 movements. I'm going to start off with this on because it's nice and cozy, nice and warm. Where's this? Close that. Gonna press record. Weird finger. All right, I've got my watch off as well. It's not that I'm doing any cleans today, but sometimes, you know this. If you're here and you want to watch, if you're watching the VOD. Or if you're live and you want to join, sometimes when you have a watch on, the whole kettlebell, if you don't do things right, it can potentially flick back, and number one, it'll hurt your wrist. But I'm also concerned about smashing my watch. I don't want to break it. So wrist and watch, just protect them. If you have a heart rate strap, then you don't have to worry too much about the heart rate not being picked up. Is that moving? 73, 74. Yep, we're on that. That's cool. So I've got them lined up. We're good to go. We only need single bell. I'm not doing the double bell stuff yet. I might do in a stream later on the double bells, until we do a whole handful of the kettlebell stuff, then we should be good. Let me press go. Recording. Nice. Welcome in, team, and today's workout is involving the favorite, one of the home workout favorites, the kettlebell. Now, this is one of the requests that had come in because a lot of people do have kettlebells at home, and sometimes they're just holding the door back because they don't know what to do with them. So in the series of kettlebell workouts we've done here for YouTube, make sure you've checked out the green workouts first. In the green workouts, we talk a lot about form. We talk a lot about technique with handling a weight on a handle like these things. You might need to do a bit of practice before you get into a couple of the movements we've got here. This is a blue level one, so it's intermediate. It's not crazy long. It's about 22 minutes worth of work, but when you are slinging a weight around, you're gonna find that your muscles activate a bit more and your heart rate does rise a little bit more as well. So if you're pretty good with kettlebells and you wanna skip straight to the workout, check the description below. There's a chapter marker there. Otherwise, hang out with me now and we'll talk about the movements and how to do them safely. First movement up on the board here, the classic swing. Now the swing is something that is generally thought of as the standard movement with the kettlebell, but there are a few things you need to take into account. Start off with a light weight. You might find that sometimes getting a slightly heavier weight will help you fix your form, but you should be able to swing with a range of weights with good form. That's a goal there. You're gonna start off actually with it in front of you a little bit. The kettlebell swing is all about hip hinge. So what we're gonna do is keep our back nice and straight, keep our shoulder blades back. We're gonna hinge at the hips and we're gonna use our glutes and hamstrings to thrust it forward. We don't wanna be lifting the bell with our shoulders. We've got some other exercises for the shoulders coming up, but this one is all about the lower body posterior muscles. So what you're gonna do is standing back from the bell a little bit, hinging at the hips, bending the knees just slightly. Think of this as a bit of a dynamic deadlift. You're gonna grab the bell, we're gonna lift it off of the floor, and as soon as it comes off the floor, I'm gonna push it back behind my legs. From here, as soon as my forearms have touched my thighs, that's when I'm gonna give it a powerful hip thrust. Thrust it up. As it comes down, I'm not gonna break at the hips until it's about here. Okay, so if it's here when we break, inefficient. We're gonna lose a lot of power. We wanna make sure it's down here. As soon as it gets to just before hitting your body, that's when we break at the hips, bend the knees slightly, let it drop down behind our bodies, and then we thrust it again. Now it's about a pendulum. We're not trying to force the weight. We are actually just trying to make the weight pendulum and swing like so. So pull it back, thrust up. So you notice how my shoulders are actually quite relaxed at the top here. This is what it would look like if you're doing it wrong. So you're using your shoulder muscles to hoik it up. We don't want that. We actually want to push it behind our hips, thrust up, and there you have the classic swing. Now, see how you feel. Some people pick it up a little bit better than others. If you're here now doing the blue workout and you feel like your swings are a little bit off, I'd like you to stop the video, go find the green one, spend a little bit of time practicing the foundations, then come back to this one once your swings feel good. So after the classic swing, I've got the racked reverse lunge press. So this is a two-sided movement. We're going to be doing 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side, but we're alternating lunges, okay? So the first thing you're gonna do, go back to the green videos, find out how to clean a kettlebell. Clean it up to the rack position in the right arm. So with this now, we're gonna do a reverse lunge. When we get up to the top, press and down, okay? So that's the two movements. We're doing a reverse lunge and then a press. We're gonna step back with the other leg now, so alternating the lunges. Left leg, step back, at the top, press. So you see how we're always pressing that right hand, but we're stepping back with alternate legs. Once we hit that middle timer, you're gonna see 30 seconds go by, it'll say change hands. We're gonna clean it on the left-hand side. We're then repeating. We're gonna lunge back, press, lunge back, and press. Now, obviously, the weight of the bell that you're playing with is gonna be light enough that you can press it up above your head with one arm, okay? That's gonna be the limiting factor to a lot of people's weight of the kettlebell there. We'll start off with the gray one, step up to the yellow one if we can. After that, the third movement is the swing high pull. Now, swing high pull is gonna be two-sided again. We'll start off with the right or the left, whatever, as long as you swap over after that. We're doing a single-handed swing. So first off, again, go back to the green videos if you've not seen them before. We're doing a single-handed swing. This is this. But instead of at the top of the motion being out in front of us, what we're gonna do is pull the elbow back, okay? So because the bell's already moving up and we're gonna pull the elbow back, what it's translating to is a bit of an upward pull, okay? So instead of it letting swing in front, this is what it's gonna look like. See that? So we're gonna end with the bell at about face height, with the forearm about flat, but it's gonna feel like an upwards pull. So as soon as you nail that movement and you get it done in a really sort of clockwork pendulum rhythm, you'll understand why it's called a high pull. With the swing, remember, thumb twists towards the butt on the bottom of that swing, thrust it forward, but as soon as it leaves that median line, as soon as it leaves the front of the legs, you're gonna pull back with the elbow and obviously stop the bell before it hits your face. Okay, so be very, very careful with this one. Good. So you're gonna feel it opening the chest up, you're gonna feel the muscles on the back engaging, you're gonna feel everything. Start a lawnmower first, every time. Yeah, a high pull is also really, really useful for starting the lawnmower, 100%. That's it. Finally, you know how many of those ripcords are broken, Jason? Man, and they're heaps hard to replace. If you snap a ripcord and it just goes back in, oh, the worst. So after our swing high pulls, we've got low windmills. You may have seen me do the windmills in the advanced workout. We're gonna do low windmills here as part of the intermediate. So a windmill is actually a gymnastics movement, okay? What a windmill is, you're gonna have nice wide feet. You're gonna turn one of the feet out. The other foot is gonna be the bottom of the windmill. Hand up in the air, and we're gonna push our hips back towards the foot that's tilted. Keeping nice straight legs, reaching down, and with the gymnastics movement, what you're doing is actually trying to get your palm flat on the floor, straight legs, and then thrusting forward. With a low windmill, having a kettlebell here, what we're gonna do, start off with that kettlebell. Actually, you're gonna start off with a kettlebell in your hand. The other hand's going up towards the ceiling. The foot on the side where the kettlebell isn't, so the foot with the hand in the air, points out a touch, okay? We're now gonna keep that arm pointed up directly towards the ceiling, pushing the hips back towards the slanted foot, and then that weight is gonna touch the floor. From here, we're gonna squeeze all of the muscles on the backs of our legs and our core, and up. So it's a little bit like a windmill deadlift, right? Other side. So from here, we're gonna have the bell in the right hand, left hand up top, pushing the butt to the side. Listen to my breathing. So breathing in as you lower the weight really, really helps to tighten up that core and keep the back nice and straight there. I might actually take this off because it's a little bit easier to see what happens with the body with just the t-shirt on. So we're gonna start off with the bell in the hand. I'm up in the air. See how my back is nice and straight? There, and then up. Good. And always, always, always trying to keep the weight toward, or your other arm towards the ceiling. You may have seen a variation of the windmills before where you have a weight up top. It is very tricky to do if you have a dumbbell above your head. You can do it with the kettlebell above your head as well, but having the weight down low does give a little bit extra resistance for those glutes and hamstrings there. Cool. After the low windmill, we have one more movement, and this is the figure 8 swings. We have done this before. We're incorporating it as part of this intermediate workout. So if you don't know them, again, go back to the greens, check it out. It's a single-handed swing. But what happens is, as the bell comes back down, you're gonna actually hinge so far, dip so far, that you can pass the bell underneath, grab it with the other hand, and then do that external swing from the side. So this is what I mean. If we basically put the motion together. There we go. Cool. So that's the motion of the full swing there. Just refresh that for a second. And that's all the movements. So we've got 5 movements. We're going through 3 rounds. Each of the movements, we're gonna do left and right. They're all 30-second blocks. Couple of little intermediate bits where you have the 15-second changeovers. But as you say, if you feel like you've exhausted yourself, if you feel like you're really tired, you can do 1 round. If you feel like you'd like to push a bit more, you can add another round. So just hit repeat on the video if you're watching this on the VOD. Okay, so sweet, we're gonna get going. Make sure you've got your watch in cardio mode if you are tracking your heart rate. So you're gonna pop that on now, go. And I'm gonna start this. So in 20 seconds time, is that working? Oh no. Did we get a beep? I hope it beeps. 30 seconds. No, it's not working. Oh no. I'm gonna have to, oh no. We'll figure this out. Restart. Oh, that's a little bit annoying. You know what's happened. Audio. You heard the beep, yeah. So this is a bit of apply. Okay, let's try this. Oh, did the beep come through or not? Properties. You know what's happened? There was a Elgato Wavelink update this morning. There we go. I heard it. Nice. All right, we'll just cut that bit out. We'll cut that bit out. Gotta remember to do that. Okay, so we're gonna pause that. We're gonna go back. We're on the swings. Okay. Just a quick little fix. Let's go. Kettlebells. You got it? Tell us about it, Grace. I'm about to start this workout. Tell us what you did. Smart, Grace. 20 seconds time, we're gonna kick it off with the classic swings. I'm gonna start with the grey bell, but after this first round, we're gonna see how we feel, okay? Oh, good stuff, Grace. Good. Fantastic. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So it's 30 seconds worth of swings. We're just getting warmed up. We're making sure that we don't break at the hips until 10 seconds. And 30 seconds rest there, good. So next we've got the racked reverse lunges. Let's just have a quick little. There we go, sweet. So racked reverse lunges. We're gonna start off with the left-hand side, as it says on the screen there. So cleaning with the left. We've got our forearm nice and vertical here. We're gonna do alternating lunges. So back lunge, up, press, back lunge, up, press. So we're doing a complex. This is involving balance, coordination, a lot of core strength. And drop it down, 15 seconds to shake it off and change sides. Right hand side now. It's the exact same movement, but we're just using the right hand to press up above our heads. So clean this thing up. Catch it. We are ready to go in, well, now. For me, my left hand just seems very, very less coordinated. Love the shoes, thanks Josh. How you going? These are running shoes. So normally I would say to people to not do a lot of lifting with running shoes on. I'm not doing lifting today, I'm doing a bit of kettlebell work, so I don't mind it. Good. Because after this, depending on how much time I have, I'm gonna do a little bit of a jog on Zwift. Here for a run. Okay, next is the swing high pulls, left-hand side first. So remember, you're doing the swing, but instead of letting it go up, it's a bit better today. Sweet, thanks, Sifty, fins. Right, here we go. We're gonna pull that elbow back as we get up towards the top here. So here we go, single arm swing. Got halfway there. So this one's fun because you actually work a lot more muscles than just a standard single hand swing. So you see the heart rate bounce up a little bit more. Bright shoes are your favorite? Yeah, I like bright shoes. The only thing I don't like about them is when you start running in winter, like it is now in Australia. A little bit of drizzle, a little bit of mud, they become very dirty very quickly. So stand up tall, pulling the elbow back. It might be, Sifty, that YouTube is just becoming like, oh, this guy's serious, he's doing a couple of streams. Maybe they're diverting a couple more resources to my channel. Okay, low windmill, left-hand side. I'm gonna hold the bell in my left. I'm gonna point towards the ceiling with the right. You know how we do. You know how we do. Getting that breath back. Sticking with the grey bell for now. Next round, I'll upgrade it. We'll go to the nice yellow one to match the shoes. Okay, so picking up the bell with the left hand. Reach up towards the ceiling. Kicking that right foot out slightly. Down to the floor, keeping straight legs and a straight back. Notice how my eyes, I'm looking up towards the ceiling. 2 reasons for that. It does help with the spinal alignment, but also just to make sure I can see that my arm is up in the air. Because if you look down here, you could be out to the side and not even know it. So eyes up, so you can actually align that other hand to be up towards the ceiling. All right, grabbing it with the right hand now, kicking that left foot out just slightly, arm up towards the ceiling. So I should mention too that you may not have the flexibility, or the mobility I should say, to get all the way down, which is fine. So that's why we start with the bell up here. If you need to go just below the knee or just down the shin a little bit, do that. Otherwise, try and get that weight all the way to the bottom of the range there, if you can, because that'll help with not only the mobility, but also the strength in getting up out of the bottom of that hole. Next movement, we've got the figure 8 swings. So remember this one, it could take a little bit of practice to get the coordination. I gotta be careful not to actually smack the microphone with this. So nice wide legs and then a nice deep hip hinge with this. This will teach you to actually get a big, deep hip hinge. Really get that torso down nice and low so you can pass the bell underneath into the other hand. Whoop. Yeah, I was thinking about too many things there. So you see, we got to rest now. Today's movements are a slightly increased in complexity. A little bit more tricky than just your standard green level workouts. If you're not super confident about how much grip you have on the bell, by the way, go outside. Bring your phone, bring your iPad, watch the stream outside, because the last thing you want to do is actually let go of the bell. That being said, I've not had one person, not one of my clients has ever let go of a kettlebell mid-movement. I don't think anyone's ever lost control of a kettlebell. They've definitely got to the point where they feel like, oh, my grip is giving up, I'm very tired, I'm gonna put the bell, before I do another rep, put the bell down. That's fine. Okay, swings. I'm upgrading, like I said, to this yellow boy. Slightly heavier, 6 kilos heavier. And we're doing our classic swing, stepping back so that it's just in front of us, off the ground, pull it back. So now, after doing a round of hamstring and glute work, I feel like my swings are a little bit more powerful now, especially after that last movement, the figure 8s, where you're forced to actually get a nice deep hip hinge, nice deep bend in the hips. You're forced to, right? Now the swings are gonna get a lot more power out of the glutes, because if you have a short range of motion, in order to get the bell up as high, you obviously need to apply a certain amount of force over that short range. But if you've got longer range of motion, you've got more opportunity to apply force to that weight. So the longer the range of motion, the more speed you can build up, the more power you feel. So reverse racked lunges, left hand side. This is quite heavy, so we'll see how we go. Lunge, press, lunge. So Jess, you mentioned that you're doing is it the run in July? Running festival in July? Is it a 5K? One more. Good. Swapping over to the right hand side. So a clean gets us into the rack position. Starting off with that reverse lunge, forward and press. Good. Nice tight core required for pressing up overhead. Shoulder presses, standing shoulder presses. One thing that you'll notice is that you need a lot of power in the core and in the glutes and in the quads there to form basically a standing tree trunk in order to push up overhead. So that was great. Okay, swing high pulls. Left hand side. I'm gonna try it with the yellow. Now, like I said last time, your heart rate's gonna start to soar. So watch my heart rate there. We're starting green. Still green, good with that. All right, other side, got a little bit of rest, 7 seconds. Let's go. There you go. That was the orange I was after. 30 seconds to catch your breath now, team. Low windmills. So this is one I will definitely work up to a heavier weight. So I feel like the strengthening I get from these windmills, very, very good for your hamstrings. Very, very good for glutes. And because it's a weird movement, I feel like it just helps out with life in general. Because normally when people injure themselves, it's because they're finding themselves in a position that they're not normally in, and they have trouble taking control of their body or recovering their body. So I'm talking about like slipping over on slippery ice or tripping over something. You've all done it, right? You've been walking along and you've forgotten how to life and you trip over something, right? So how good you are with single leg instability is gonna determine how well you land and recover without falling over and breaking your nose on the floor, right? Okay, oh cool, that's fantastic, Grace. Okay, sweet. Okay, I'm just wondering now, if the router's doing okay, I'm wondering now if the downloads and the drops are to do with the other platform that we stream to. Who knows? Also, it's a PlayStation, so there might be some sort of... Oh! That's on wireless, isn't it, Grace? It's not cabled, is it? The PlayStation. That might be it. It might actually be because we're streaming on the wired platform, but we're downloading on the wireless network. So that might be a thing. Okay, figure 8 swings with the yellow bell. Let's do this. Yellow bell's a little bit more tricky, okay? Trying to keep the back as straight as possible. And you can do that by keeping your eyes up. Keep a nice tight hold of that bell. Out to the side, through the middle. Oh, I missed it. Super important. Don't let go of the bell on one side until you've grabbed it on the other side, because that could have been dangerous. Like having a weapon on your desk. These things are weapons, so be very, very, very careful. We have one more round, team. One more round. How y'all feeling? Check in with me. Leave a comment if you're watching the YouTube video. It's good heart rate, but I think more than heart rate, we're thinking about the complexity of the movements as the heart rate goes up. Yeah, don't drop the weights on your feet, number one. That's why I'm wearing shoes. But just inherently, right? There are some things that you can do in life that are risky. Man, I'm thinking of one of the current events in the news, and I won't talk too much about it specifically because it won't make sense if you're watching this, but it's quite sad, and for me, it's actually terrifying. At the moment, there's a bit of a worldwide search going on for some missing people. Not worldwide, it's like a patch of water. And I mean, it's an inherently risky maneuver. It's a risky activity. Just like throwing a big heavy bit of metal around. It's an inherently risky thing to be doing. So make sure you're sensible about these things. If you're in an apartment building, go to the bottom floor, go outside. If you've got very expensive parquet flooring, wooden flooring, then put a rubber mat down, okay? We've got these rack reverse lunges. I'm gonna stick with the yellow. Left-hand side. Let's go. But yeah, for me, it's actually terrifying what they're potentially going through. I hate deep water to begin with, but it's a mix, isn't it? It's two things. It's sore sides. It's the open expanse of blackness fear, but then there's also that claustrophobia fear, that little metal tube, okay? It's like it reminds me of, do you guys remember, I don't know if it happens much these days, but there were a lot of daredevils that used to go over Niagara Falls. And there were a couple of very famous daredevils that went over Niagara Falls, basically in barrels. They sealed themselves up into these crazy little barrels, coffins, and then they push themselves over Niagara Falls. Like, what? Okay, I'm not gonna do these high pulls with the green. This is way too heavy. I know my ability, I know my strengths. So here we go. Left-hand side, sticking with this nice, heavy yellow bell for these high pulls. So this is the movement where we are using a lot of shoulders. We're using a lot of rear delts. We're using a lot of traps. A lot of the upper back muscles. We want to pull it back towards our head. So we've got the swing being kicked off by the glutes and the hamstrings. That's rough. That's rough. So a lot of bicep, a lot of shoulder, a lot of traps, lats working here with this high pull. And exactly like what you said there, Jason, I'm gonna be so good at starting lawnmowers with both hands. I can start two at a time. You can't tell me there's no practical use for this sort of strength in the real world. But then, Gold Soul sits on his right-on lower with the little push button BMW ignition start, right? You go, that's how I start my lawnmower, Jeff. Nah, not Gold Soul. Lol Sig, if you're here. Yeah. What's that one? Did you see the sea goes on every trip? Yeah, Yeah, the CEO, you know what he said? He goes on, you know why he goes on every trip? Is because he said, quote, I don't want to hire some 50-year-old white guy. And I'm like looking at him going, that's right. There's a little bit of like self-delusional grandeur going on there. I think what he was meaning to say was he just doesn't want, like, what he was meaning to say was that if he couldn't hire like an exciting 20-something-year-old adventurer, then he prefers to go himself and drive the vessel. Because what he wants is to try and attract people by having young adventurers go out there. And his quote was, and the article that I read, they really did him a dirty because the transcription was exact. It was like, and yeah, I thought to myself, and this was written out in words, like, so yeah, the journalists really didn't do him any favors. And I think they were trying to paint him as a bit of an eccentric. But it's terrifying, it's crazy. Look, I don't want to laugh at the misfortune, but the whole, I suppose it's terrifying. It is really sad what's happening to people, but it's a high risk activity, super high risk. I couldn't think of anything riskier off the top of my head right now to do on this planet. Maybe like volcano surfing, maybe. Okay, let's go. Swing, pass it under. We're gonna finish this workout off. Speaking of being fit and able and being able to live for a long time and do the things that you'd like to do and feel good about it, buy a kettlebell, get some strength and conditioning training, be strong, get that heart rate up. Woo. Stop your watches. Beep. Here we go. I've lost my heart rate on my strap here, but I'm gonna press save anyway. Searching for data. I got lots of crazy wireless things happening in this room at the moment. I think the battery's actually flat on this. Yeah. So team, once your watch has saved its data, once you've got your heart rate all sorted, which this one's probably broken now, pat yourselves on the back, congratulate yourselves for doing another intermediate level kettlebell workout. Now, if you feel like you didn't get enough work in, hit replay, do another 2 rounds, 3 rounds. Do it 9 times because you're an absolute beast. But until next time, if you'd like to see us, we're actually on Twitch Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. We're doing some more YouTube streams. This is either a VOD or a video, whatevs. Great to have you here. We'll see you next time. That was cool. That was really good. And team, can I just thank every single one of you right now, because I get, like on average, there's about 1 to 2 hours on average per day for the last 90 days. There's been about 1 to 2 hours worth of watch time on my channel. Right now, according to my stats, calculator, here we go, 13 times 1.5. Right now, just me doing that, you guys have helped me pick up 6.5 watch hours, just doing that right now. So we've done like 6 times more view hours than we have done in a regular day on one day. So if we do 2 of these streams a week, it means that, yeah, we're gonna get, actually, the whole 4,000 hours thing to me when I first looked at it was like, nah, it's never gonna happen. But you know what? Like 3, 4, 5 months worth of this, which you can sometimes think, oh, 5 months worth of something. Man, we've been streaming for years. we've been doing this for most days of the week for years now. So it's not gonna be hard, really. We'll get there, we'll get it done. 2023 is gonna be, hopefully, the year of of making it on YouTube as well. And when I say making it, you know what I mean. Getting to requirements, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So hopefully we can get the membership thing going and we can unlock all the cool stuff. Thanks, Grace. You have me open on 3 devices. It's a weird noise, strange noise. Let me set up ready for a run. Let's get a run in before I cool down too much. So make sure Grace is amazing. She's figured out a problem and we're gonna have that really, really cool donation stream there on Twitch with Square Enix. So number one, thank you Square Enix. Thank you Square Enix for just in general. Grace gets a lot of sponsored opportunities with them. But also, we've got to remember that Square Enix also were willing to work with FFP. They worked with me on FFP with Grace at the same time, like FFP as an actual entity. So yeah, they're willing to do some work with this. I understand that being a fitness streamer in a gaming streaming world is always going to be a bit niche, always going to be sort of, you know what, an afterthought. So yeah, appreciate that a lot. All right, we've got the green set up here. Teamwork makes the dream work, Josh. Absolutely. Yeah, great work here. So I've already got my running shoes on. That's cool. I think a lot of my wireless stuff may be because there was two things. There was a massive Zwift update because I hadn't run Zwift in a while. Huge update. There's actually teleporting now. I didn't realize you can teleport in Zwift, which was what we were talking about, Grace, when we used to do it. You can actually, if one of your friends is on a ride, you can teleport to your friend, like directly to them. How's my body feeling after night? Haggard. Grace went ham. I was having a bad brain day yesterday. I was just having a real bad brain day. And I have not seen joy in Grace's eyes like I see when she is towering over me, inflicting pain. Zwift has controllers for your bike now too. Really? So you can do like steering on your bike? Look, I don't want to get into any more money because Zwift things and cycling things, especially cycling, like if you want to become a cyclist, mountain bike, all of these things, right? I just don't have the money. I don't have the disposable income anymore to get into these big hobbies. I'm just going to work with what I got. So, yeah, please don't tell me about them. Look, tell me about them. I enjoy hearing the nerdy stuff. Yeah. Shit. Are they $30 Logitech controllers? I can't. Again, I don't want to be laughing at other people's misfortune, but I don't know if it's misfortune. I don't know if it's misfortune. I think it's probably more likely consequences of your decisions. That's what it's. Yeah, no, so Gold, can I tell you a bit of a story about, like, I know everyone's having a laugh about it now, right? But have you heard of the Collins class submarine? Yeah? Have you heard of that before? Gold? It is South Australia's, well, one of South Australia's biggest flops, okay? So we're talking about submarines, funnily enough. And you know what? I say maybe we don't laugh at the controller, but maybe we do as well. But the Collins class sub was South Australia government won a contract to build Australian submarines for the Defence Force. So the story goes, they started designing these things, started building these things, etc. Now, if you're gonna design and build submarines, you'd probably want to go to someone that's done a lot of that in the past. I'm pretty sure Saab Systems put a tender in for it. There are other places that put a tender in for it, but the people that ended up building the Collins class submarine, number one, I don't like it. The name is just, I think the name was the first. I got distracted by submarines, and Grace is like, if you have no disposable income, leave you. Or the one you spent 45 minutes drilling Jeff. Yeah, she had the impact. So just swinging back in the story, Grace spent 45 minutes inflicting immense amounts of pain on me with the drill. So that's why she asked how I feel. So my calves, can I just say as well, team, you know when I had the electrodes on my calves doing the last drawing? It's been what, 4 days, Grace? It's been 4 days of just immense DOMs in my calves. I've not felt DOMs in my calves like this ever. That's why I wanted to run today, because I feel like they still hurt. So I just want to inflict more pain on them to make the pain double and cancel each other out. That's how it works, isn't it? I felt like if I run, I can condition my calves again. So the Clark and Door, oh no. Yeah. So back to the submarine story. South Australian government thingy, whatevs, yada, yada, yada. The Collins class sub, it was put together. It turned out to be one of the noisiest submarines, one of the noisiest subsurface vessels in the world, which for being a submarine is a no-go. If you're keeping up with the news stories at the moment, one of the things that they are doing is listening for mechanical sounds under the ocean, because under the ocean, there aren't many things that make noises like metal going clonk, 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 or the big thing I think with the Collins class was actually the what do you call it, the vacuum effect of the props, where if you have a low enough pressure, it induces bubbles in the water, so then it makes a sort of a swooshy noise, right? You don't get that naturally occurring. So if you're in a wartime effort, in a vessel that's trying to be, number one, you're trying to be invisible because you're under the surface of the water, but you also need to be quiet because that's how these things navigate underwater, with sound. So it's one of the noisiest vessels in the world. And the other thing is, the story went, if you were in this submarine, you'd picked up an enemy submarine and you wanted to be able to lock onto that vessel, arm a torpedo, and then fire a torpedo. It was something like 49 keystrokes you had to type in. So the software and the interface in the weapon systems for the Collins class submarines involved a 49 keystroke string that you needed to type in order to do all of that. And if you mistyped it, it was a little bit like Linux. You had to retype the whole thing in again. Enter, doesn't work. Oh gosh, there was a bloody spelling mistake there. You have to retype it in and then hit enter, right? So that was a huge fail. In the V2, you know what they did, Gold? They replaced the weapons interface with a PlayStation 1 controller. So they actually replaced the keyboard and the command line interface, and they built a system around PlayStation 1 controllers in the Collins class submarines weapon systems. My dad worked it. So these are all stories around, like I was talking about the laser airborne depth sounder, how my dad worked with, it was called Fairies Industries at that point. It was then bought out by British Aerospace. But yeah, my dad worked with a Collins class submarine area. Yeah, the Challenger tank has a controller for its guns too. So look, the reason I brought that up is because going to a controller system was a huge step up for these things. So that's why they went with the Bluetooth Logi controller in that submersible. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Those main guns on a tank have a range of like 3 kilometers. Yeah. What about a trackball mouse? Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Because you don't have to, like, you're not gonna pitch and yaw and then lose your mouse under the desk. You get a trackball instead. Yeah. All right, bit of a jog. Give me a sec. I'm going to the bathroom real quick and then we'll come back and we'll jog. Not a lot of time. I'll just do like a 5K, all right? My next running event. Look, Sush, I was too busy marveling at the size of my own chest to worry about running. I realized that I got a lot of people that love running. So I've been lifting heaps and I should run some more. Grace and I were actually thinking about I don't know if we can though, Grace, because again, we talk about something and then we let 7 weeks go by and we forget. The Adelaide Running Marathon is not very far, the Adelaide Running Festival is not far away. But I reckon if we aim on City to Bay half marathon, City to Bay half marathon as being the big running event this year. We're definitely not going to have you ready for whatchamacallit, Lumen, the ultra marathon, Eurobilla. We're not going to be ready for that. I'm holding my pee. I'll be back in a second, all right? And then we can run and then Grace will need photos done. So back soon, back soon. Hey, yeah, whoa, no, stop. I wanted to save that. Save. It's searching for heart rate data. I think my heart rate strap is actually buggered now. Connected. Heart rate 93? No, we're good. I think my watch needs to be restarted, to be honest. Save without external HR, fine, whatevs. It's all good. The camera looks good today. Awesome. I think what's happening is I don't know. Like, if Bravisi was here, he'd probably have a bit more of a say on it. But I reckon because I did a stream previous, I feel like it's just catching up and it's all good. Plus, also I'm going out at 8,000 kilobits per second. Yeah, no, Twitch is going to be my mainstream. In terms of the bot integration, all of the chat experience, like you will not have a better live stream of experience than on Twitch. It's great, love it. I think, like I mentioned there, for me, getting these extra numbers onto the YouTube via a stream is my goal at the moment. So, yeah, thank you for being here to help with that. And it's going to be whatevs. We're gonna find different purposes for different things. And then when I do eventually get around to getting an AV1 encoding card, then we can play around. Yeah, agnostic. Agnostic is the way to do it. Okay, so I'm going to go into a treadmill run. So let's pop this back on. I don't know if this is working. I'm going to reboot my watch. That's what I was going to do. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Grace. Power off. Let's do that. I haven't rebooted my watch in years. So this might actually, you watch, I'll turn it back on and it'll change my life. It'll be like, whoa, brand new experience. Brand new experience. Really? Well, yeah, actually that makes sense, right? Because they're taking people away from going to in-person gambling, right? To in-person casinos. Who needs to go to an actual brick and mortar casino if they're doing it live? That's interesting. You reckon they're making some big, powerful enemies? Fins, you reckon? Drama alert. This is the watch that gets yeah. If it has an error, it'll often like reboot itself to have Grace's face on it, which it doesn't now because it's just fine. But if I do this, there was a way to actually clocks. No, not this one. There was a way to. No, not that one. Watch face. There we go. Doop, 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 doop. It's got Grace on it. That's fun. Let's back out of that. Yeah. It's a morally grey area. It really is. I actually don't remember how I got that on my watch. I reckon it was when we first got these watches and I was messing around with the app and there was like a feature there of like, oh, turn a picture into a watch face. And we were actually just in our old kitchen and I'm like, and then it loaded and then for some reason it just became like a default thing. Like, oh, all right. Yeah. You have Mickey on your Apple Watch. Oh, I used to have one of those old Mickey watches. Yeah. So I think this is good. I think we're connected there. 98? Is my heart rate at 98? Really? It's not picking up. No signal. I wonder. What time is it? 10:09. Give me a sec. We're going to do some surgery. We're just going to change the battery real quick. I should have a spare one here somewhere. I thought I had a spare battery. Oh no. All right, let's add that to the shopping list then. Oh no. Chuck it on the list. I've got a drawer full of every single kind of battery you can think of, except for that one. All right. Put it on the list. Shh. Shh. No. Shh. I'm gonna just moisten the pads. Shut up. I just did that. You don't need to see my nipples on stream. All right, I've got a reading here now. It might actually be on the wrist, but we'll see. Treadmill. It's good. It's good. I'm there. Let's not do your workout. I'm just going to treadmill it, and we're going to flick over now. So if I go over to the, we're going to pick a place to run. Where should we run to? Routes. So we've got school, Makuri here. Distance, sort by distance. Mech Isle. Let's do that. 4K. Let's go around Mech Isle. Let's go. Let's go. Starting this run. Beep boop. Beep boop. I'll bring the game noise down a touch. We'll focus on our music. It might be a little loud because I haven't done any noise reduction, but we should be able to. Number 6, and then press H to get rid of the thing. And we go to Zwift. Here we go. Here we go. I just got to watch out for the kettlebells down there. I don't want to. So now what I need to do is dashboard, and then I need to make this transmit across screen link. Start broadcast. So now this thing in a second, give it a sec. Yes! And then the other thing I need to change is put this over onto, whoa, what's happening? onto my HR. Oops, that one. Turn that off. Squat HR. I'm still here. 1 sec. Activity, new, start. So we should hopefully have my heart rate pop up in a second on that. Yes! Let's go. Let's go. Starting the treadmill run. And we are in treadmill land. I need chat in front of me. Pop this up. Pop out chat. Here we go. I need to make it a little bit bigger. 1 second. Kitty, how you going? All right, I'm here. Morning, yes. Thanks, Josh. So I built this overlay here for our Zwift. I'm gonna bring this up. It's been a while since I've run. This is my first run back. So we got this guy set up now. Oh my goodness. My calves are not happy at all. I am gonna take my sweet time with this run. Like I said, I've not been able to, I've not been on a run for a long time. Now that's nothing to do with, it's all my fault. That's what I'm trying to say. It's only my own fault. I only have myself to blame for not running, not fitting enough runs. But here we are. Definitely low battery on this thing. You can see that the Zwift itself is not picking me up every now and then. So we're fine, we'll get through. I'd like to maintain, for me, and this is going to be different for everyone. I want to make sure that people know that. For everyone, the pace that you run at is going to be completely dependent on your own fitness journey, how long you've been training for, your current cardio level. So I'd like to be somewhere between 6 minutes 30 and 6 minutes per kilometer. We're just going to do like a 4K run today. It's not going to be long. It's going to be like a 4 to 5K. What time is it? 10:15? Yeah. After the core workout and running. Blame me, look, that's fine. I'll take that. And what I'm also trying to do, see the color of my heart rate there? I'd like that to stay yellow. I'd like it to be in the yellow, which on the Garmin watch, in the Garmin universe, that equates to green. So I'd like to have a nice aerobic session today. That's really bad, isn't it? Give me a sec. How's that? If I put the receiver down there. There we go. I just moved the little USB receiver. You're learning to balance running and strength training. You're weird and you enjoy running in the cold rather than going to the gym. It's not weird at all, Sush. Running in the cold, it's one of those things where I feel like you do release a lot of endorphins because you're putting your body through a little bit of trauma. The idea of being very cold, the idea of being cold means that your body's, number one, it's gonna start to get a little bit fight or flight. You're gonna start to get, nah, Jess isn't on, she's not on a program just yet. yeah, there is some sort of release. Your body is actually cold, but then when you start running, obviously you start to warm up. Your muscle fibers are one of the only things in your body that actually generates heat. So in order to warm up, if you've got hypothermia or if you're actually super cold, this is the whole reason why your body shivers, is because that's your automatic response to cold temperature. Like I said, your muscles generate heat, so your body goes into a state of just flagellating muscles. Just a little fluctuation of muscle motion. And so you're gonna start to, just through sheer muscle action, release a bit of heat. And so I feel like when you're out in the cold, you know that you're cold, you can feel it on your skin. Your skin has all the temperature receptors. And then your skin is sending messages to your brain going, it's bloody cold. But then you start running, and not only do you get that whole, okay, high heart rate, runner's high, the legs are moving, big muscles are moving. You start to feel good from that. But then you're fighting off the cold at the same time. So it's kind of like an internal battle that, because you're running, your body's getting the signal that I'm doing the right thing and I'm fighting off this cold. So yeah. You love running when it's cold? You heat up heaps. I'm very similar, Mel, for sure. I'd rather be cold than in a place where you can overheat. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, exactly, Sush. Grace has got more XP, but in terms of programming, you know how I write things, right? It's gonna be tailored to people. So this pace feels pretty good. What's my cadence? 161. I am right on the cusp of getting into the orange though, so right now I'm happy with this. I'm cool with this. Returning to running. Do you know when the last time I ran was? Chat? Wings for Life. The last actual run that I did was the, I think the heart rate monitor's dead now. Oh no. No, here we go. That's all right, we're back. Let's go do this. Shoot. I gotta buy some batteries today before I do this again. So yeah, I was actually so tainted. I was traumatized by the food poisoning that I actually have not felt like running since then. Hated the idea of running. I let it get to me. Oh, fins, oh no. We'll do this. When you've got the okay, when you can, 4 kilometer, easy pace, easy heart rate. So Sush, hopefully you picked up that I was saying this for your benefit, right? I know that sometimes, oh no, I've lost my, see, it's all gone. Zwift has lost me. Oh, turn that off. Let's bring this back. How do I turn that back on? Here we go. H. There we go. Bring that back. I was saying this for your benefit, Sush. In that, I don't want you looking at this going, oh man, I wish I could do the speeds that Jeff's doing. I wish I could do that. Because everyone's different. Everyone's gonna have their paces that they're comfortable running at. This feels kind of good. It's challenging. My calves are screaming at me, absolutely screaming. My calves are not having a good time, but I can still have a chat to you while I'm jogging, which is good. My hips feel good. The shoes feel good. Oh yeah, running a whole 5K that's great. That's great. And when you said there, it's not on like you want to smash a 21K at the moment, right? Grace said to me this morning, oh, you should just do a 21K, do a long run. I'm like, I could not even think about even trying to start a 21K today with my conditioning and the way my body is right now. But we can get back there, we can get back to it. Easy. How far have we gone? 1.16. You could do it right now. It's because you're awesome. It's because you're great. You know what you should do though, Grace? You know what you should do is this. So you gotta, there we go. Here's the, we got the, this is the Final Fantasy workout. Because you know, just like running along. It's tricky. It's tricky trying to I wish that this just worked. I'd like to take some clips from this. Come on. This is harder than it seems. Computer game characters have not only like superpowers. Oh, come on, I just want a clean run. I want to say something funny whilst running and having this thing work. Yeah, you're right. Look. This is why it's faster to run in PUBG when you actually stow your weapon and you can run, you can swing your arms properly. Ha! This is gamer training. Gamer training. I'll put it down. That's actually hard. It's hard to run with that. But yeah, you're right. You're all so capable. A half marathon is, Rin, are you still here, Rin? Oh, Jess, mate, have a good one. Yeah, mate. Always great to catch you, Sush. Video game training vid. There's people that have done that. There's like the Lord of the Rings training vid. But the video game one, I always said, you know, things like a Souls game, carrying one of those stupid big swords, swinging it around. It's very difficult to do. PUBG, carrying a full backpack, running for as long as they do, and then vaulting over walls and stuff. It's very hard, very tricky. So we're still in the yellow, still in this nice, easy green mode. Super happy with this. Look, we might finish off with a bit of a sprint. I think my sprint button's still working. Haha, yeah, it is. Nice. How are you looking for timing, Grace? You're still looking at about an 11 o'clock? Because what I was thinking, we've got a whole set of lights that we have yet to unbox for photography. And I was thinking it might be cool to use some effects with those light panels for your photos. So I might finish up real soon because my calves are actually screaming at me. My calves are so angry. And look, I think my heart rate's actually just died now. So we'll get to 2 kilometers. 11, sweet. We'll get to 2 kilometers. We'll finish upstream, guys, and then I'll get to work on Grace's photos. $300 more meters. We'll do a 100-meter sprint at the end with the Jeff Chase. I like this running though. This feels good. I like this, apart from the pain. Thanks, Josh. It's good to know that the stream's looking good today on YouTube. Yes. Before I forget, shopping list. Shopping list. Overview, shopping, CR 2023 battery. Return, done. It's on the list. Look, let's just sprint to the finish line. Jeff's chasing me. Ooh. Run! Hey, Coach Dan, how you going? There we go. All right. Cool. I'll call it there. Let's back out to this one. Oh, that's not working now. Yeah, there's some weird bugger stuff going on. Let's just press this button over here. There we go. Sweet, so that's my heart rate. How did I get rid of that? We got this. No more electrodes on my calves. Nah, none. That's actually damaged me. Yeah. I think maybe if I was back into running a bit more, I'd be able to handle the electrodes on the calves, but nah, it's rough. It's a rough time. All right, I'm gonna close down all these things and I'm gonna get ready for a photography session. So chat, thank you. Again, like I said, given these numbers, we've clocked up another 7.5 hours. 7.5 hours of watch time on this stream. So yeah, you're all fantastic. You're all lovely, and thank you for helping to hit these goals here. Yeah, Coach Dan, welcome in, mate. Not sure if you've been just lurking, having a look-see, but we're doing YouTube streams twice a week. We're gonna be Tuesdays and Thursdays out to YouTube. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, we're gonna be on Twitch. And speaking of Twitch, Grace is gonna be live later today. Make sure you go check that out. Sponsor stream with Square Enix, fundraising for RSPCA, Poggies for Doggies. So there's some really good prizes. Now let me see if I can remember this. Stream Deck, face cam, Stream Deck, and I don't think it works yet, GTA, but I can make it work right now. Commands, Grace. Let me do that because I think that's an important one to have in the YouTube chat. Grace, we're gonna do a YouTube message, okay, and then actions. Chat, commands, we're gonna get Grace here. Copy, and we're gonna add the YouTube send message to chat. Grace is a variety streamer. Cool. Twitch.tv/IamFall from Grace. The 200 character limit is a bit of a butt, but I reckon if we do this now, Grace should listen. I don't know if it listens to me or not. It might actually just listen. Oh, there it is. Yeah, cool. There you go. So check out Grace. Hey, yes. Edit your profile. Yeah, so we're going to be doing Tuesdays and Thursdays here on YouTube. Speaking of Twitch, Grace is going to be doing the stream today. Now, I think Grace has also said we're going to do pipe up to her channel alone tomorrow. So make sure that you're following her channel because that's where we're going to be doing pipe up tomorrow. So Pipe Up Podcast is coming back. The other cool thing about YouTube, I suppose, is that we can actually, once the thing's done, I can put YouTube podcasts. We've got a podcast section in our YouTube channels. So that's cool, yeah. Finishing my drink. So yeah, you exposed, Beeffoot, you're exposed. Last time was about the new house goal. We're still gonna be talking about that house. Yeah, it's still ongoing. There's been a bit of progress, but I'm sure that will be discussed a lot tomorrow. So tomorrow from 10 a.m. Adelaide time, we're hoping to have that sorted. I'm gonna go now into the podcast room. I'm gonna start tidying up that podcast room right now. And then we're gonna do some photos as well. So team, have a great one. Thanks so much for being here. Make sure you follow Grace on Twitch. And yeah, you'll see me a bit more on YouTube here. Look, if you didn't catch today's workout, the last one I uploaded was actually a band workout. The band workouts are great fun. So yeah, love your faces. Thanks heaps, and I'll catch you all tomorrow on Twitch for Pipe Up. See ya.